Hey guys, this is Brandon with InfoGamer. Please excuse any audio issues or anything like that. I want to get that out of the way up front. This is a new computer, so I'm not quite used to the microphone yet. That being said, basically what I'm doing here, since Jeremy's handling all the fun first-person shooters, games, and stuff like that, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of series here. My original intent was to do something with City Skylines, but I managed to break it by modding it out too much. So instead we're going to do Factorio. Now, it's been a little while since I've played. A few things have changed, but I'm going to give it a shot anyways. So before I go here, let me go ahead and pull up the mods this way. That's basically going to be the purpose of this video, setting up the map, doing the mods, getting everything all done that way. So this is basically what I'm running through. My intention wasn't to mod it out super intense or anything like that, but also from what I remember, the vanilla game was just a little bit too light. That again might have changed since then, so don't take my word on that. So basically, of course, the base mod, need that to run it. Black market. Now, I kind of was up in the air on this one because it can overpower the game and kind of defeat the purpose, but I think it could kind of be fun. I'm going to try not to abuse it. Please hold me to that in the comments. But let's see how it goes. Bob's function library mod basically just makes sure that all of Bob's mods function correctly. Now, I know that's not what functions mean, but that's what I'm going to simplify it down to. Bob's mining, I like to use it because it gives you some upgrades, large area mining drills, things like that. It gives you a bit more flexibility with what you can and can't do. Bob's power gives you some extra solar panels, things like that, a few extra turbine options, a few extra furnaces, and of course steam generators. So I'm going to go with that again just because it, I'm sorry, boilers, not furnaces. I'm going to go with that because it, again, gives you a bit more flexibility. There's a few more steps between nuclear power and, you know, just kind of burning coal to generate some electricity. The electric furnaces. Now, yes, the game already has electric furnaces, and please feel free to yell at me if they've added new ones in the vanilla game, but I like the electric furnace upgrades because it gives you the option to upgrade the stone furnace to be an electric furnace, it gives you an option to upgrade the steel furnaces, and then of course it gives you a couple more steps of the electric furnaces themselves. The fully automated rail layer just makes running any sort of rail system so much easier. You don't have to go through and make sure you measure out all of the the lights, the power poles, anything like that. It lays all that for you. You don't have to cut through forests, which can take an hour into of itself and only about 20 minutes of actually putting down the rail. So again, just so we don't spend entire episodes, which are gonna run somewhere around 20 to 30 minutes or so, just clearing a forest or a path through the forest to actually run a rail, we're gonna roll with this. It's pretty cool how it works. Basically, it's just a modded out locomotive that you click a button and it goes forward, and as you go forward it lays down rails, lights, switches, whatever you need it to do. Long reach also, now these last two mods are basically just convenience. I highly recommend you check them out if you play the game even on the vanilla. At least add these two in. Long reach just kind of makes it so you're not guessing how far away it is to reach whatever it is you're trying to do. Now I always get this one confused with far reach, which will let you do everything. But as far as I know, this is just for construction purposes. I don't think it actually lets you mine the entire screen, but I could be wrong, so we'll find out once we actually start up the game. And then squeak through, again, makes it so that you can just kind of pass over things, gives it a bit more of a realistic feel. Instead of having to walk a mile to get around a pipe that you laid down, you can just walk through it. Same goes for forests and things like that. I don't see somebody walking through a forest and running into every tree and having to stop and pathfind a way around that tree. It just doesn't make sense to me, which is why I went ahead and did squeak through. Call it cheating, call it laziness, fair enough. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and get into the game. We're going to go ahead and set up our map this episode as well. Now, because it has been a little while, I am going to make it so the enemies don't attack first. I'm not going to go ahead and make it to where there's none of them. I do like the rail world because I like to lay down lots of rails. I like to make processing stations and all that, and warehouses. And I don't know, it's just funner for me, so we'll go with that. We'll just put everything to normal here. Normal everything, normal, normal, normal. We'll leave uranium and oil. Oil we'll do, yeah, we'll leave it at low. Uranium we'll leave it low. Yeah, let's actually switch it all down to low. Except for coal. Yeah. Now since it is going to be lower frequency, we're going to switch everything up to good. We can make these medium. Now we'll do big. Big, 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 big. Good. Very good. Yeah, we'll leave those alone. Terrain settings, this is new for me. The water, let's go ahead and switch this down to small because that drives me absolutely insane. We'll leave the frequency where it's at. Grass is fine, dirt is fine, sand is fine, desert's fine. I really don't care what the terrain looks like. For trees, I'm gonna go ahead and put that to low because really once you get too far into the game, there's not a whole lot of usage for the trees. Enemy bases, I'm going to switch this down to low, small, poor. Again, just kind of taking it easy. Now this is new, I haven't seen this before. Cliffs, let's just leave it where it's at. Everything here looks good, we're going to leave that alone. Evolution, fine, fine, fine. Alright, let's see what we get. Hopefully it's not a completely garbage map. And hopefully I have some decent resources where they need to be. Wow, that actually loaded up pretty quickly. Alright. And of course, I had to say it, I thought I was in good shape, but I am not. Oh God, we're gonna, oh, that's just perfect. We're gonna go ahead and, I've never seen that happen before. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and restart that map because there's really nothing I can do. Well, that's better at first, so leave that alone. There we go. This must be the cliffs we were talking about. Is that? Yep, that's what it is. That's going to drive me insane. Well, this doesn't look too bad. Have some iron right off the bat and some coal over here. Now let's see if we can find... Alright, there's copper right down here, so alright, that's not too far away. Give me just a moment, I might screw something up here. Sorry, I have to make sure I'm still recording. Okay, cool, perfect. Leave that alone. So now, I guess the first thing we're going to really have to do is get this mining some copper, or some iron rather. That can go away. Alright, let's go ahead and get some trees. I just want to test this out. Yeah, no, it won't let you mine the entire screen. It'll just let you place things, which is good because, again, I hate when it feels just completely overpowered. Oh, almost forgot. If you can't tell, it has been a while since I've played. That's much better. Oh, stone. That is going to be a problem. We have some all the way up there, so alright, not a huge problem. We're going to have to go run up and get a mining operation set up over there. Alright, so we have some iron plates being done. We're going to need those pretty quickly off the bat here. Oh wait, we have a nice little stone pile right here. That'll be perfect. So let's go ahead and get some of this because I'm going to need it for a neat little automated coal mining operation I've seen that you can set up pretty much immediately. You basically just need 2 burner furnaces or burner miners, and they kind of feed each other. ready, I'll be able to get one of them done. Start crafting that. And there's the other one. Okay, perfect. Whoops. What am I doing here? I completely forgot all of my shortcut keys. Whoa, where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. Why can I suddenly not remember how to place a furnace facing the other direction? Fuck that up. God, this is so bad. There we go, it's the R button. Alright, so now that I've completely embarrassed myself, let's move on, shall we? Alright, so now basically the way this works is actually pretty cool. They're just going to feed each other fuel, which is also what we're mining here. So what you do is you just come in and shift click, and now you have coal, and it'll just keep doing that as long as there's one in there still burning just enough to mine the next one. You will continue to get coal. So let's go ahead and let that finish burning up. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is basically do the same thing, and we're going to do it a little bit differently for the stone down here. Obviously it won't be stone self-feeding like the coal furnace will be. We are going to need one of these and then just enough stone to make a furnace so that we can start collecting stone. Now the downside to doing a Factorio video is it's really slow to start. So this first episode, I'm going to try to get as much done as I possibly can before getting super caught up in everything. Oh, water, yeah, it looks like we do have some water down there too, which will be perfect because it's right next to a massive coal deposit, and we can go ahead and get our power set up too. Alright, excellent. So what we'll do is we'll get steam power and everything set up here. We'll get a coal, try to get a copper mine set up as well for this episode. And then I'll probably call that the end point. Now I am going to need you. And let's get you. Alright, perfect. So let's R button that because we figured out that I'm not completely incompetent. Actually, yes I am. Oh, and that's one of the other benefits of long reach also is I don't have to actually walk all the way over here, so I can zoom out, not have to walk halfway across the map to get a bit of coal like I just did. We're going to go ahead and set that up. Now it'll slowly fill this up with stone, which we will need to expand our mining operations. Now, I can't stress enough just how long it has actually been since I played this game, and I can already tell, like, these cliffs over here, this is all new to me. These rocks and stone formations, that's a bit different too. Not really, I guess they just kind of redesigned the rocks that were just kind of laying around all over the place, which, that's actually kind of cool. I think it looks a lot more realistic than just a random stone tower sticking up out of nowhere. Makes a bit more sense to me. Right, it's cooking away. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this iron, and we're going to make a couple of those, and we're going to get set up down here for the copper mine that we're going to be putting together, and hopefully get some electricity set up by the end of this episode. So we're just going to do one for now. I don't think, yeah, I have to go get more coal. See, and that's why I'm okay with long reach, because it still does limit you at least to the screen size, so it's not like you're calling up materials from all the way over here. that would kind of bypass some of the later game tools, I guess you could call them, like, you know, the logistics system and everything like that. It would just kind of be silly to be able to reach across the map and kind of do this at will. Alright, there we go. So we have copper plates coming in, we have iron plates coming in. Let's go ahead and expand that because I always tend to get pissed waiting for my iron to mine itself. We will probably set up mines all over this as time progresses. Oh yes, control click. It took me forever to figure that out. Thank God that I have, because it makes life so much easier. Whoops. What did I do there? Oh, right click, that's right. Okay. So, we're going to get some of this, we're going to get some of that, and we're going to get some of this. Now we should have what we need to start putting together our electrical system here. We're going to need some of those going down into the future. We're going to need some of those. Ah, that's what I'm missing. And of course you are out of fuel. You are not. Bonus. Oh, and we're missing. Nope, got just enough for the pump. Cool. So let's go ahead and start clearing this out down here. Now to keep the electrical system kind of self-feeding, we are going to need to set up another coal mine over here. That's going to require belts and processes and inserters and all of that fun stuff. Quick time check. All right, 17 minutes. That should be enough. We're just about halfway there. Now, don't tell Jeremy, but he is better at this whole recording and videoing thing than I am, the whole YouTube. He's been doing it a bit longer than I have, despite the fact that I probably have at least a good bit of age on him. The carrier's autosave. So, I'm hoping I get this all right the first time and don't have to restart this save. Whoa, that's new too. Kind of cool though, I like it. So we're going to get that set up. I want to run the pipe out past the copper mine. I don't know why. It'll just make the conveyor belts a bit cleaner too here, so get as much of that made as I possibly can. And that's all. Yeah, I kind of figured my iron mine would. No, oh, whoa, something's still going over here. Yay. We are going to need our, I hate nighttime. We're going to need a lot more of this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, my OCD is horrible, and this game definitely puts it to the challenge. So what we were doing, oh, pipes. Need the pipes, so much pipes. Let's do a ground pipe, because that just stays nice and hidden. And move that over to here. It's gonna drive me nuts. Let's do one more. There we go. So now basically what I'm going to do here is this is going to go right here. Rotate that. Then we'll have a little row of these going here. It's going to drive me insane, so hopefully we'll clear up down here as quickly as possible. Because I want to get that coal out of the way. I don't like to waste things. We are going to need to get some research set up too. I don't know if we'll have time to do that this episode. We might not. We'll see what happens. So while I'm just kind of getting stuff cleared out of the way for expansion, I do want to talk a little bit about why I do this. Obviously, as the name of the channel implies, this is for our website, infogamer.net. Go check it out. Subscribe to us. We do appreciate it. Don't worry, and just in case you forget, I will ask you again by the end of the episode. Alright, let's go ahead and get some more of this. Okay. So we're going to need some conveyor belts. We're going to need an inserter. And we're going to need an electric mining drill. Oh, I did not place this yet. Let's go ahead and get that placed. I wish there was, and there probably is, somebody's going to yell at me for this, some sort of grid pattern that you could display that will, I'm going to put this over here for the time being. It's not the neatest looking thing in the world, but it does its job. And voila, we have electricity. Maybe? Oh, that's what I'm forgetting. Alright, it's all my fault. Now we have electricity, and that will go ahead and put the coal on there, and it puts the coal in the boiler, and the boiler turns to steam, and we have electricity. So, now that that's done, I kind of want to make this... Alright, we're just going to go ahead and set up a laboratory somewhere to get it done and out of the way and finished. I am going to go ahead and set up, you know, an entire research base, I guess you can call it, where basically all you do is feed in copper and iron, and it feeds everything else out to you. Hopefully I come up with a nice novel design that is just incredibly brilliant, looks gorgeous, and gives everybody tons of inspiration. However, I don't like to overpromise. That probably won't happen. Alright, so we have about 5 minutes left. Let me go ahead and... Oh, whoa. Don't flip out on me now, keyboard. Alright, let's get the lab set up. We're going to run some power up this way just to, I guess, kind of stay, or at least pretend to stay organized through the beginning of the game here. Again, if you're OCD like me, I apologize ahead of time, because this is going to drive you crazy. You know, I wonder if whoever made Factorio set out specifically to drive people with obsessive compulsive disorder, or CDO as I like to call it, when all the letters are arranged alphabetically as they should be. Absolutely insane. And just while we're kind of getting stuff done, I'm going to do a little bit of exploring. I'm going to go through these cliffs, see what's over here. Looks like there's a desert down here. And what to research first? Of course, automation would be first on my list. Let's get that researched. More view. And then once that's done, of course, it will make my life loads and loads and loads and tons and tons and tons easier, because I won't have to do this by hand. Alright, so basically what I do want to show you though is a little bit about the mods. I can show you a little bit about that now. Alright, so this is the furnace mod I was showing you. Advanced material processing. As you get down in here, you'll see excuse me, you'll see things like electric furnace 5, electric furnace 4, 3, yeah, basically you get the idea. It might actually be cooked into some of the production technologies. No, advanced material processing 3, yeah, so on and so forth. The other one we'll see here, wow, I think some of these are new just to the vanilla game, if I'm not mistaken. But you'll see energy accumulators 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. Oil processing, I don't have any oil mods in here. Electrical distribution, you'll see more of these as you go down. You'll see this. You'll also see the black market, which is these little coins here. Electric poles are nice because it gives you, oh, not that one. You will see medium electric poles 1 and 2 though. Large area mining drill. This is awesome, as is the mining drill Mark II. Basically does the same thing an electric mining drill does, but faster. I'm sure there's a few more technologies in here that I'm missing, like the fully automated rail layer that's going to be somewhere in here. Oh, advanced steam power, which also comes with Bob's mod, where you get upgraded turbines. That's the electrical one I was telling you about earlier. Other than that, though, I think that's pretty much it. First mobile port, and effective transmission. Alright, so let's see if I got that research done yet. I can go ahead and put it in the laboratory and get cooking. Oh my lord, I forgot it pauses the game when you go into the research tab. I'm not doing very well for myself today. Okay, let's see how this is doing. Take all those copper plates. Take all those, take all those. We'll take all the coal that's up here. Just kind of load up on resources. Way too much stone, probably more than I would ever need. That's a lie. Oh, so let's get the rest of these in. Now we're basically just waiting for automation to finish up. We'll finish that up. So now I'm kind of debating if I should start getting more. You know what, I am going to go ahead and just get this done here real quick. Let's get a few of these set up. This will ensure I have power for, or at least coal for the power for days and hours and months to come. And it'll start chewing through a lot of this coal deposit here, which I want to get out of the way as soon as possible. Because I'm going to eventually expand my steam generators through here. So another thing that's a little off topic I am going to ask you guys to do, besides subscribe if you've forgotten just in case, is to go ahead and leave a comment, because I am looking for a series to do concurrently with this one. That's at the same time for those of you who are literally challenged. Again, I do intend to do City Skylines. That is a series I eventually want to do. I also have an idea to do a Software Inc. series, but that one is kind of getting back into the game with the latest update on it. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I was considering maybe RimWorld, which seems to be pretty close to full release, unless I've missed it already. I know Toxic Time Waster. Check him out. He's another channel who does these kinds of videos, if that's what you're into. He should be in our recommended channels list. If not, I'll go ahead and get that done. I know he's doing a RimWorld series right now with the Zombieland mod, which actually looked pretty fun. So that's always an option also. But we'll see. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. I prefer games kind of like this, where there's a goal you have to build. It's sandboxy. Like I said, Jeremy does all these shoot 'em up games. Like PUBG is popular right now. I know he likes to do a bit of CSGO. So definitely check his videos out. This one will be kind of sectioned off into its own playlist. Alright, so we're actually pretty close to time. We have about a minute left. I'm going to end this one off about 30 minutes. As we get more and more stuff to do, they might get a little bit longer, but I'm going to try to keep it under 45 as much as possible. The next episode here, we are going to get some of our production buildings set up so that I don't have to sit around and wait the entire time to do things like, I don't know, research stuff, which is kind of important. And that's the less you have to hear about me talk about just kind of useless, pointless stuff. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please do give us a like and subscribe. We always appreciate it. Check out some of our videos. The more you support us, the more of these videos we can do, and hopefully the more enjoyment we can bring to you. Thank you again so much, and have a great day.